Welcome to a new episode of VOFAQ, where you learn everything you always wanted to know about the voiceover business, but were afraid to ask. Okay, that's only true if you're not afraid to ask, actually. Let's start with a funny one from Andy Moore. If you have to pay to play, the game sucks. Of course, Andy is referring to the fact that in order to audition with Bodalgo and other online casting websites, you need a premium account. But Andy, what exactly do you expect? That there is a service delivering jobs to your doorstep for free? Let me explain why a premium membership is necessary for the model to work. It takes a lot of money and even more blood, sweat and tears to run a successful online casting website. You need to create, maintain and innovate a website like Bodalgo to get into and stay in business, and then to constantly attract new voice seekers that will post jobs. It's a never-ending task, and it needs a lot of money and even more work. Now, there are websites out there that will charge not only premium membership fees, but also service fees, escrow fees, a percentage of the job's budget, your firstborn son. Funnily enough, most of those players that I would call close to fraudulent have the highest membership fees of them all, with tiers well in the 4, sometimes even 5-digit area. Bodalgo has only one tier, and that will stay this way. And at €269 per year, Bodalgo is one of the most affordable options out there in the first place. So Andy, I'm sorry you think that pay-to-play sucks, but I'm a firm believer that it is, if done with ethics and a sense for quality, a great addition to any voice actor's success toolbox. And it is a terrific service for clients in need of professional voiceover talents. With 3 One Voice Awards in a row as Best Job Site International, I'm confident Bodalgo's way is leading the charts. And that's that. Marketronic wants to know, what are the most common mastering specifications for audio delivered for castings? I usually master my audio at -1 dB, -14 LUFS. Well, first of all, what is LUFS? LUFS. LUFS stands for Loudness Units Relative to Full Scale. And while I think it is a wonderful tool for complex mixes like music or movies, for a simple voiceover, it is a bit of overthinking. But that's my very own personal opinion. I'm sure 3 audio engineers will have about 4 to 5 different opinions on this topic, if not more. There are various broadcasting standards, streaming standards, all with different LUFS levels. I saw -23, -14, -11, -9. LUFS are all over the place. And my answer to your question therefore is, forget about LUFS, as I do not believe they have been designed with voiceovers in mind in the first place. If your client does not specify any recording details, this is what you give them. 48 kHz 16-bit WAV file. Use modest compression and limit the output to -6 dB. And of course, you do not normalize, like never. See my previous FAQ, why normalizing is a stupid idea. Talking about stupid, voice actor Ted McAleer wants to know, is it true that in Germany you can only include barley, hops and water to make beer? Of course, Ted is referring to the infamous Reinheitsgebot, German Purity Law, which goes back more than 500 years when in 1487 its most influential predecessor, the Bavarian Purity Law, was first adopted in Munich. Exactly, hometown to Bodalgo. Yeah! And while it's true that if certain beers are brewed for the German market, only barley, hops and water may be used until this very day in Germany. There are exceptions to this law now though. But no responsible beer drinker would ever allow anything else than beer brewed according to the Bavarian Purity Law to run down their throats, of course. If you have a VO question, please drop it in the comments. While you are at it, give this video a thumbs up if you find it useful and consider subscribing to our channel. On to the next question, one which I find particularly interesting. Yukiku wants to know, when you need to select an international voice you don't speak the language, how do you select the voice? What is your best advice on making demos in a language that casting directors would not know the language? And that's a very interesting question. Imagine a client that does not speak the language of the talent needed. How would they be able to tell whether the talent did a great job or not? And the basic truth is, unless they use a native casting director, they simply can't tell good from bad and have to trust that the talent will do what they are paid to do in a professional manner. When it comes to choosing the winning talents, they are very limited in finding something to base their decision on. Therefore, you need to be stellar in all the things they still can judge. The technical audio quality, which should be flawless to begin with, but in this very special case, the tiniest imperfections could end your chances, as they will listen even more closely to the technical side of the audition. There is another factor that could be exploited. Think price sensitivity. Because the client lacks the knowledge to fully evaluate your audition, other factors like your quote will be used to verify your audition. My best advice here, do not go cheap. Well, in fact, you should never ever go cheap. But in this very special case, there might be even an advantage quoting a slightly higher price than usual, because a high price sends the message, I am a pro, I got this. And there's a chance that a higher price is seen as a proof of your professionalism, especially when the client is limited in judging your abilities in any other way. And that concludes today's FAQ session. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Until next time, stay healthy and bye-bye.